Welcome to the Test Preparation Orientation website for Atlanta English Institute instructors. We will begin with the bulleted policies and procedures. Note that all test prep courses are 22 hours per week, consisting of 6 hours of instruction and 16 hours of lab work. Lab work includes 8 hours of lab projects and 8 hours of lab assignments. Lab projects are usually drills and practice tests, including extensive practice in the subject area assigned by the instructor, whereas lab assignments are course-specific tasks or activities that may actually constitute homework from the textbook. Now, if you are teaching an online course, the students will not be completing their lab projects and assignments on campus. They will be completing them remotely. However, if you are teaching on campus, you will require the students to complete their lab projects and assignments on campus as designated by the student handbook and the instructor manual. They must attend this mandatory lab period twice a week. If they're on campus, they will pick up their materials by checking them out from the lab library and finishing their work. They have to get it signed by somebody from Academic Affairs, which includes instructors, but should primarily be myself, the academic dean, or the Academic Affairs administrative assistant. The USMLE coordinator may also sign off on lab work. Instructors are responsible for checking those projects and assignments weekly and keeping a log of who has and has not completed their lab projects and assignments every week. This should be included in the attendance report submitted every Wednesday to Student Affairs. So please be sure to make note of anybody who's not turning in their lab projects. You should address the student first, and if they continue to be delinquent, then you take it to Student Affairs. In order to pass a class, a student must have a 70% average or higher on all assignments, including the final exam. And as far as the students' hours go, if they're on campus, they'll use the computer by the main library to clock in and clock out. If they are off campus, they will receive a spreadsheet from the registrar that they use to clock in and clock out. Instructors do have to report excessive unexcused absences, including the lab work, to Student Affairs. All classes at AEI, including test prep classes, have standardized final exams. You can find these on campus in the instructor study in the test prep exam notebooks, as well as on AEI data. If you need early access to any exam, please let Academic Affairs know. We can email you a copy or print one for you early. Exam links should be emailed to instructors no later than the beginning of week 8. If your class is a verbal class, such as TOEFL, GRE Verbal 1 or 2, or GMAT 1 or 2, you should, at the end of every session, select the best essay or essays from your students. Send that to the Academic Affairs Administrative Assistant, and they will print it and post a copy on the bulletin boards here on campus. If you are teaching in a physical classroom at AEI, we encourage you to post physical copies of those best essays yourself in the bulletin boards that are available to you. For TOEFL 1, 2, GRE, GMAT, Verbal 1, you must administer vocabulary quizzes. Those test and answer keys are available in the instructor's book, in the online PDF from townsendpress.net. They are photocopyable, but we only have the one instructor's book for that vocabulary text, so it may need to be shared, so coordinate with your coworkers. This should no longer say BEC hire, it should say C1 business hire. GRE Verbal 2 and C1 Business and Higher instructors should only administer vocabulary quizzes and tests as appropriate, and you can, of course, create these on Quizlet. Syllabi are always due the last Friday of each session. Make sure, if you are teaching a physical class, to either print a copy to put in the syllabi box yourself or email me a copy so I can print it for filing. Test prep instructors are responsible for making sure that the students understand the requirements for this class, as well as planning and teaching the class, evaluating the performance, following any testing protocol, and all policies and procedures. Please keep copies of completed final exams for at least 2 sessions. So I'm going to stop this recording there, and we'll have a separate video concerning strategy.